Noon and welcome to news at noon. First, the highlight. Lagos State government unveils eco-digital training to empower youth in Iba, Ikorodu. Federal government completes first 5 years review of Africa Continental Free Trade Area implementation. And on the foreign scene, United States appeal court rules against President Donald Trump's restriction on birthright citizenship order. And in sport, Super Eagles coach unveils 23-month squad ahead African Nations Championship. Now the news in details. I am Timmy Dayo Anthony. The Lagos State government, through the Ministry of Tertiary Education, has concluded plans to commence the Eco-Digital Training Program targeting the youth population in Badagry and Ikorodu divisions. The comprehensive initiative is a cornerstone of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration unwavering commitment to fostering robust educational advancement, cultural, vital entrepreneurial skills, and information technology knowledge among the state's vibrant youth demographics. The intensive training is slated to run from July 28 to August 1 and will be hosted at the Iba ICT Center, Iba Town, Iba LCDA Ojo in Badagry Division, and Ikorodu Division Resource Development Group, CBT Center, Ikorodu Town Hall. While addressing newsmen in Ikeja, Commissioner for Tertiary Education, Tolani Sule, articulated the state government's resolute dedication to upholding a standard of excellence across all tertiary institutions. In his remarks, the permanent secretary in the ministry, Adeniran Kasali, said investment in digital training is the bedrock of cultivating a more prosperous and globally competitive economy, which will in turn significantly enhance the overall quality of life for its youth and all residents across the state. This training is a follow-up to the earlier ones held by the youth in Yaba, Agege, and Ekwe last and early this year. The Lagos State government has reiterated that bullying of children under the guise will not be tolerated under the present administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. The Commissioner for Youth and Social Development, Mobolaji Ogunlende, echoed this stance in his keynote address to mark the International Children's Day celebration for 2025, themed Stand Up, Speak Up, Building a Bully-Free Generation, held at Secretariat Alausa. Ogunlende stated that a society that protects children is a society that protects its future, stressing that every child deserves respect and love. Earlier in her opening remarks, the permanent secretary, Toyin Okeosointolu, stated that the children will be celebrated not just on a special occasion like Children's Day, but daily to make them have a sense of belonging, which the social inclusion policy of the Themes Plus agenda of the present administration has continuously emphasized. The federal government has emphasized the importance of the Nigeria First policy with calls on government agencies and officials to prioritize the purchase of locally assembled vehicles. The Minister of State for Industry, John Eno, said this during the inauguration of governing board of the National Automotive Design and Development Council in Abuja, charging the new leadership to drive strategic reforms that would unlock investment, generate jobs, and boost local vehicle manufacturing. The inauguration was held in line with President Bola Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, which prioritized industrial revitalization, economic self-sufficiency, and local content development. Now, speaking at the ceremony, Enna described the board's inauguration as a significant milestone in effort to transform the automotive sector into a key pillar of Nigeria's economy. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has completed its first 5-year implementation review of the African Continental Free Trade Area after marking a critical step in Nigeria's quest to unlock the full benefits of intra-African trade and position the country as a regional economic powerhouse. The assessment, which align with Article 28 of the ACTA agreement, evaluates Nigeria's progress in implementing key protocols and commitments under the agreement. It was coordinated by the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment with technical and financial support from the United Nations Development Programme Regional Bureau for Africa. According to a statement issued by the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, the review underscores Nigeria's leadership in regional integration and its commitment to building a diversified, inclusive, and globally competitive economy. Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Jumoke Oduwole, who initiated the review process, said the assessment was essential to measure progress, identify gaps, and strengthen Nigeria's institutional readiness for deeper trade and integration across Africa. The House of Representatives has indicated 31 ministries, departments, and agencies, MDAs, for alleged financial irregularities and breach of the nation's financial regulations. Consequently, the House has asked the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, and the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, and other relevant bodies to recover over 103.8 billion naira and over $950,000 from the MDAs and remits the same to government coffers. The directives follow the adoption of the House Public Account Committee recommendation during its plenary. And some of the major MDAs that various sums up are to recover from are the Foreign Affairs and Petroleum Resource Ministries, Nigerian Security Printing and Minting PLC, Bank of Agriculture, the Nigeria Communications Satellite Limited, Cross River Basin Development Authority, and Police Service Commission was recommended for sanction for exceeding approved mobilization limits of 110.8 million naira without required guarantees. And out of foreign news, United States Appeals Court has ruled that President Donald Trump's order restricting birthright citizenship was unconstitutional and backed the decision of a lower court to block the nationwide order. The order has been mired in legal back and forth for months and is currently halted by a federal court amid multiple legal proceedings. The Supreme Court ruled last month that lone judges had likely exceeded their powers by issuing nationwide injunctions against a string of Trump's policies, including his move to end birthright citizenship. Several district judges had blocked Trump's attempt to end the long-standing rule guaranteed in the U.S. Constitution that anyone born on U.S. soil is automatically an American citizen. And now to sports, Super Eagles head coach Eric Chelle has unveiled his final 23-man squad for this year's African Nations Championship, Chad, to be co-hosted by Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. Chelle, who announced a squad on Wednesday, for 3 goalkeepers, 7 defenders, 6 midfielders, and 7 forward. The home-based Super Eagles will fly out of Nigeria to Zanzibar to continue their preparation for the tournament. Nigeria is in Group D with champions Senegal, Congo, and Sudan. This year's competition will run from August 2 to 30th. Now, just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us on like all our social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 961 FM. Instagram is Lagos Traffic Radio 961. You can also subscribe and watch our news and program live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website on www.trafficradio961.ng. You can also listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM live on My Lagos app for timely update. Now, did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration instituted 1 billion naira tourism palliative for operative of the sector to cushion the effects of COVID-19 on their businesses? You can get more details on Lagos State Government's website. Now, to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Government, through the Ministry of Tertiary Education, has concluded plans to commence the Eco Digital Training Program, targeting the youth population in Badagry and Ikorodu divisions. The federal government has completed its first 5-year implementation review of the African Continental Free Trade Area after marking a critical step in Nigeria's quest to unlock the full benefits of intra-African trade and position the country as a regional economic powerhouse. We also told you that the United States Appeal Court has ruled that President Donald Trump's order restricting birthright citizenship was unconstitutional and backed the decision of a lower court to block the nationwide order. And in sports, Super Eagles head coach Eric Chelle has unveiled its final 23-man squad for this year's African Nations Championship, CHAN, to be co-hosted by Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. The ANC News broadcast compiled by Adesuwa Ejoyoka. I am Timmy Dayo Anthony. Many thanks for listening.